Do you ever feel like you're on repeat? Like no matter what you do, you end up right back where you started? Different job, different relationship, even different city, but somehow same result. It's a pattern. There is a loop running, and no, you're not crazy. And you can't see it because you're living it, you're in the middle of it. But your dreams, well, they see it, and they've been trying to show you the whole time. Welcome back to Dreams Alchemy. This is episode 2 of a mini-series on what your dreams are showing you. And last time we talked about the mirror you avoid, what you don't want to see about yourself. And today we are going deeper. We're talking about the loop you're stuck in without even knowing it. Quick note before we dive in. As I mentioned, this is part 2 of 3. Episode 1 was about what you're avoiding. This one is about the loops you're stuck in. And next time we'll talk about the truths you already know but aren't admitting yet. If you're jumping in, you can follow along, but the full picture comes when you watch all 3. Also, quick thing I want to say up front, I'm going to be talking about symbolism today. Boats, water, that kind of thing. And yes, there are some symbols that show up similarly for a lot of people, archetype, universal imagery, all that. But at the end of the day, we're all unique. Your dreams speak in your language. What water means to me might be completely different from what it means to you. So I'm sharing my story, my interpretation, my journey. There might be similarities with yours, the flavors might overlap, but your dreams are yours. Your symbolism is personal. Don't take my meaning as the only meaning. Use it as a starting point, and then listen to what your dreams are actually telling you. All right, let's get into it. So for a long time, years actually, I had these recurring dreams about boats. Different type of boats, different sizes, sometimes small, sometimes massive, but always the same kind of setting in the middle of the ocean. And the water was always present, always there, but I wasn't drowning, and that is actually quite important. Saying that, I was constantly more or less interacting with it. Sometimes the waves were huge. I'm talking so high that they'd rise up like a wall of water, and when they did, I could see through them like an aquarium. I'd see whales, seahorses, dolphins, fishes I didn't even know existed, all swimming through these massive clear waves. And then there were the boats themselves. I'd get on them, sometimes alone, sometimes with other people, and especially with the big boats, I'd start exploring. But I never went too far in. I'd go down hallways, check out rooms, but the second it felt like I was getting into narrow spaces, places where I might not find my way back, my way out, I'd turn around. I'd go backwards. I retrace my steps and make sure I could get out of there. I knew where I wanted to go. I had a target in mind, but I didn't know if I would be able to reach it if I kept going forward. So I'd retreat back to the part of the boat that I knew, back to safety. And the people on these boats, in the beginning, they were tough to deal with, mean even. Like, hard to communicate with. It felt like I was constantly navigating not just the boats, but the people too. But over time, that shifted. People got friendlier, communication got easier. There was even a difference in between the way I was interacting with men and with women, and even that shifted and changed with time. At the time, I didn't think much of it. I'd wake up thinking, weird word dream again, great. I didn't see the pattern. I didn't understand that my dreams were trying to show me something. But looking back now, It's so clear and it was actually so obvious. Okay, so this is what those boat dreams were showing me. The ocean, that was my emotions, the subconscious, the vastness of everything I was trying to navigate but didn't understand. The boats, those were the vessels I was using to move through life. Relationships, situations, structures I thought would keep me safe. And the fact that I kept getting on these boats but never really fully committing, never going too deep, always needing an escape route, always going backwards to make sure I could get out, well, that was the pattern. In my waking life, I was doing the same thing over and over. I was putting other people's needs before mine. I was going with the flow. I was being passive about pretty much everything. And whenever I felt anger, whenever my boundaries weren't respected, whenever I was doing something that felt wrong for me, I'd ignore it. I'd shut it down because I'd learned that wanting something for myself would lead to backlash, to pain, to disappointment. So I just stopped wanting, really. I disconnected from my body. I numbed myself. I made life bearable instead of actually living it. And my body was screaming at me, literally screaming, trying to get my attention in every way it could, until it manifested something I couldn't ignore anymore, my vision. It was the loudest scream, the one that finally forced me to stop, to come back to my body and to start undoing everything. To start letting go of all the build-up emotions, to start dropping the toxic habits I've been using to cope, to start focusing on the reality of my life instead of numbing my way through it. But before that happened, my dreams were actually already showing me all of that. They were saying, look, you're stuck in a loop. You keep getting on boards, you keep entering situations, relationships, paths, but you're never really fully committed. You're always looking for the way out. You're always looking for the exit. You're always going backwards to safety. You don't trust the journey. And I couldn't see it because, well, I was living it. I was in the pattern. Okay, so the thing about patterns is that you can't see them when you're inside them. It's like being in a maze. When you're walking through it, all you see are the walls around you, in front of you. You don't see the shape of the whole structure. You don't see that you have been taking the same wrong turn over and over. But if you could look at it from above, you'd see it immediately. That's what dreams do. They give you the aerial view. In waking life, I thought I was just going with the flow, being easygoing, not making waves. But my dreams showed me the truth, that I was avoiding commitment, that I was protecting myself, that I was keeping one foot off the door at all times, because I didn't trust that staying would be safe. And the emotions, the ocean, were always there. I wasn't drowning, but I wasn't swimming either. I was just floating, drifting, letting the waves carry me wherever they wanted because I was too scared to actually navigate. This is what the patterns do. They keep you safe in the short term. They're a survival strategy. For me, being passive, putting others first, not rocking the boat, that kept me safe. It kept me from getting hurt, or at least it felt like it did. But in the long term, it was killing me, slowly, quietly. And my dreams knew that, so they kept showing me boats, over and over in different forms, different sizes, different scenarios, trying to get me to see, hey, this is what you've been doing, this is the loop you're stuck in. So what changed? I started doing the work. I started going back to my body. I started feeling my emotions instead of pushing them down. And I used this name. I heard it somewhere and I found it so perfectly fitting. I started committing emotional suicide. That's what it felt like. Like I was choosing to dive into the emotions fully, even though I was terrified that I'd drown. Even though I thought I'd be overwhelmed and never come out. But I did it anyway because I didn't have a choice anymore, honestly. I didn't have anything to lose as well anymore. And my body, my body had forced my hand. And you know what? I actually learned that the emotions didn't kill me. They passed through me. I felt them, I processed them, and I came out to the other side. I saw the end of the tunnel. And as I did that work, as I started to trust that I could feel without being destroyed, my dreams started to shift. The people in my dreams got friendlier, communication got easier, the waves were still there, but they didn't feel as threatening anymore because I wasn't running. I wasn't looking for an exit anymore. I was learning to stay, to feel, to be present, and to do what needed to be done. First, you have to look for repetition in your dreams. And I don't just mean the same dream over and over, though that is a big clue. I mean the same theme, the same symbols, the same situations that feel similar, even though the details are different. For me, it was boats and water. For you, it might be something else. Maybe you're always running in your dreams. Maybe you're always searching for something, or always in the same kind of conflict with people, or just always emptying the same suitcase that overfills every time you take something out of it. Whatever it is, if it keeps showing up, it's your subconscious trying to tell you something. Second, you have to connect it to your waking life because the dreams are symbolic. It's not literal. I wasn't actually spending time on boats, but I was spending time in situations where I felt adrift, where I didn't trust the path, where I was always looking for a way out. So ask yourself, where in my waking life am I doing the same thing over and over? Same relationship dynamics, same self-sabotage, same avoidance. That's the pattern. And third, and this is the hardest part, you have to actually take action and change it. Because recognizing the pattern is one thing, but actually doing something different, that takes courage. And it means, stepping into the unknown. It means trusting the path even when you can't see where it's gonna lead you. It means staying on the boat instead of looking for the exit. And it means committing emotional suicide, feeling the feelings, trusting you'll survive them and you will come out the other way. Because patterns keep you stuck. They keep you safe in the moment, but they prevent you from growing, from evolving, from becoming the person you're meant to be. And your dreams are trying to help you break free. They're not showing you these patterns to make you feel bad about it. They're showing you so you can see them and so you can choose differently. And the beautiful thing is, once you start to shift the pattern in waking life, your dreams shift too. They don't disappear entirely. That would be nice though. Because patterns take time to fully break, but they change. They soften. They show you progress. For me, the boats are still here sometimes. The ocean is still there, but the energy is different. The fear is less. The people are kinder. The journey feels less like survival and more like exploration, because I'm not running anymore. All right, so let's talk how you can work with this, how you can start recognizing the patterns your dreams are showing you. Tool 1, the pattern interview. This one is simple but powerful. Pick a recurring dream theme, something that keeps showing up for you. Write it on top of a blank page, then ask it questions, like you're interviewing it, literally. Why do you keep showing up? What are you trying to show me? What pattern am I living that you represent? And then just write. Don't censor, don't overthink it, let just the answers flow. You might be surprised what comes out. Your subconscious knows, and it's been waiting for you to ask so it can finally give you the answer. Tool 2, the what would change if question. Take that same recurring dream pattern. Now ask yourself, what would have to change in my waking life for this dream to stop repeating? This question cuts straight to the core, because the dream is repeating for a reason. There is a behavior, a belief, a choice you keep making over and over again that keeps the loop alive. So what is it? Maybe you have to stop people pleasing. Maybe you have to set a boundary. Whatever it is, that's the pattern. And that's what needs to shift. Tool 3, the body wisdom practice. This one is especially important if you have been disconnected from your body like I was. After a recurring dream, sit quietly, close your eyes, take a few breaths, then ask your body, what are you trying to tell me through this dream? And just listen. Notice sensations. Notice where you feel tension, restriction, openness, ease in your body. Your body knows the pattern before your mind does. It's been living it, carrying it, trying to show you. So give it a chance to speak and listen. Okay, so this is what I want you to take away from this. You're living patterns. We all are. And most of the time, we can't see them because we're inside them. But your dreams can see them, and they are trying to show you. So pay attention to what repeats. Pay attention to the symbols, the themes, the emotions that keep coming up. And then ask yourself, where in my waking life am I doing the same thing? Because once you see it, the pattern, you can choose differently. You can step off the boat that's been going nowhere, and you can stop looking for the exit and actually commit to the journey. You can dive into the ocean instead of just floating on the surface. It's scary, I know. Believe me, I know. But you won't drown. I promise. The emotions will pass. You will see the end of the tunnel. And on the other side, you'll find a version of yourself that's free. That's not stuck on repeat. That's actually living. So tonight, when you dream, pay attention. Look for the loop. Look for what keeps showing up. And trust that your subconscious is trying to help you break free. Until next time, keep dreaming. You're the alchemist. Bye.